Whether you're a hunter or an angler, with luck, you're going to bring something home that's good to eat. I'm Rick Browne, and here at Ready Aim Grill, we're going to show you how to cook it up right.
Friends, are you in luck? You've tuned into Ready Aim Grill, which means you're in for a feast for the eyes, well as your belly. We'll be tempting your taste buds with all manners of delicacies, both large and small, and let me tell you, you'll be on top of the world. Well, you'll see what I mean. Well, I told you you'd be on top of the world. And when you look down from here, everything seems prettier.
Well, you know, change is hard. And this town was founded in 1938. It was a commercial fishing town founded by a troller. And the troller, they troll for salmon, and we extracted that resource. The resource is still here. But the town has fallen on hard times itself. The plant's shut down. And the reason is because the value of those fish to trollers has declined. And it's declined primarily because of the advent of farm salmon. Dropped the price down to about 1/10 of what it was 20 years ago. So what I'm trying to do, Rick, is I'm trying to change with the times too. The town has to accept that change and adapt. I don't know if I can make that change. You know, I've been a commercial boat captain, fishing boat captain for 28 years, and when I take guys like you out, and you're a gentleman and you're fun to be with, and I enjoy your company, but frankly, I'm not sure I can enjoy everybody. I'm not sure everybody will enjoy me. But this is what I'm trying to do with the lodge. We're trying to, like it says on my brochure, that the name of the lodge is the Highliner Lodge. I'm not saying I'm a Highliner, I'm trying to say that we aspire to be Highliners. We aspire to be in the very top of our game. That's what the lodge is all about. We're doing the best we can with the oldest building in town. That building was built in 1938, first finished steam bath. And the Finns that founded this town, they, at the end of their day, when they're done logging, when they're done shoving up pilings and you know, knocking the trees down and cracking rock to build this town, they had to have a steam bath. So we bought that place 3 years ago, and it's still a steam bath and much more now. We'd love to be fully booked. I'm glad you asked that question too. Well, we can house about between 40 and 50 people. We have 5 suites. Most of them are 2-bedroom suites, but we also have a studio and a 1-bedroom. And then we have 9 sleeping rooms, and most of them have incredible views of the harbor, the mountains that you see, and the inlet, Lisianski Inlet. Most of the rooms have authentic pictures done by local artists, and a lot of the photographs that we've got framed are photographs of our own family fishing throughout the last 28 years. And we want to be sort of a historic type of lodge.
What is there that they can do when they get here?
When they get here? Well, obviously, there's the sport fishing. And our motto, the town's motto, is closest to the fish. We also have the highest concentration of brown bears in the world, right here on Chichagof Island. The beachcombing is fantastic. We're always turning up, as you saw in the lodge, many whiskey bottles and ball floats and whatnot that have floated over from Kamchatka, Russia, or somewhere in Japan. There's Polish bottles. There's all kinds of neat stuff on the beaches. We have incredible scenery. And also the wildlife, the whales, killer whales, humpback whales, sperm whales, the hot springs.
In the hotel, we understand you also have a very important store on the bottom floor that is very important to the town. And then you're also going to have a restaurant at some point. Talk about that.
So we have a liquor store. We have the original steam baths that we sell. We have a laundromat. We have a restaurant that should be online by late July. And our goal is to serve seafood and fine local cuisine, something that's sort of sadly missing throughout Alaska, strangely enough. In addition to the hotel, we have a pool table, kind of a rumpus room with a wet bar up there. And we rent boats, we rent kayaks. In fact, Rick, I hope to get you out in a kayak.
No, there's Joe.
Yeah.
So what else have you got planned for us this week?
We're gonna go catch a wild king salmon, of course. We're gonna sightsee, we're gonna look for bears, we're gonna look for whales. The probability of seeing bears and whales is very, very high. We're gonna enter the king salmon derby. I'd love for you to win a prize on that.
Explain what that is.
Well, this is Pelican's second annual king salmon derby. Obviously, we started it last year, and the odds of winning one of the about $30,000 in prizes are pretty good because we only have about 80 entrants this year. Last year we had about 60. So it'll grow over time, but so will the prize list. First prize is $2,500 and then $1,000 for second, and it goes down from there. But the smallest prize is has a value of about $300. We hope to make the transition from being a rural Alaska commercial fishing town to being still an authentic rural Alaskan commercial fishing, but also a destination, someplace that when people want to see the real Alaska, they'll come here.
Come on, shrimp, do your thing. Come to dinner, baby.
Morning around these parts, and perhaps fishing towns everywhere, tend to be a little slower than you might be used to. And as you can see, Rick doesn't seem to be firing up his trusty grill. Let's see what's up.
You know, some days before you go out on your fishing trip, you just don't feel like cooking anything. So we decided we're going to try the Lysianski Cafe here at Pelican. We understand it's the best on the island. Holy mackerel! That is the house omelet. Look at that. We have red peppers, green peppers, mushrooms, onions, ham, a couple of eggs, home fried potatoes, bread, melon. That is an Alaskan omelet. That is an omelet.
As usual, our pal Rick has got a feast planned for some special guests. And up here in Alaska, he's got to hand deliver the invitations.
We're leaving Pelican Harbor to go check out the shrimp pots. These are shrimp pots that we're going to replace them with. Hopefully the ones we pick up are going to be filled with shrimp. These are already, you see they're baited. The shrimp go in the little trap door here. They get confused, and then we bring them home for our dinner.
One thing y'all might not know about Rick is that he loves to backseat drive. Come to think of it, he loves to front seat drive too.
So Rick, you're going to set the shrimp traps for us.
Yes, I am. We're just gonna throw the buoy out right now. And play the line out
How many
to about.
traps are you going to set out?
We're gonna set out 6. 6 shrimp.
And when will you come back to pick these up?
Oh, anywhere from 12 to 24 hours or so afterwards.
And what kind of shrimp are these?
Great big shrimp.
Just big. Well, that's what counts.
What are they, Tom?
Either they call them both side stripes or spots.
Side stripes or spots?
And you set them out the same place every time?
No. Anywhere along a steep ridge where the drop off is quick, and anywhere all over the place, all along here, 350 fathoms, 400 fathoms,
And how many
or feet. I mean, excuse me.
How many pots can you set out at one time?
Legally,
Yeah.
10 pots. Coming up to the first pot.
Okay, 65.
Okay, going in. Just want to make sure it's clear of the engine, of course. Indeed. Yeah, so it's just like a long line gear. If anybody knows about long lining, but old salmon heads and just anything that's hanging around is left over. 75 fathoms, last one. Should I drop it? I have to. Well, that was snug.
Yeah, go full supply.
Okay,
So that's it.
that's it.
Back
It's in,
tomorrow.
it's in the water, it's fishing, and we'll come back tomorrow to pick it up.
And now we're going to check the other pots.
Pots that we set in yesterday.
Yes, they've had 14 hours.
They've been up almost 24 now, actually.
Okay. You expect a pretty good crop this time of year?
Well, it's all fishing's a mystery to me. I don't know. It's like it's just
Flip the coin and
you got to get. It's just a matter of that's it, and just stay out there and keep doing it. That's the person that's out there the most gets the most. But we're out to have fun too. Okay. Should we put the tail on this? Oh, look at that.
One shrimp,
And a starfish.
2 shrimp.
first catch, we had a Boone and Crockett shrimp about this big and a little one and a starfish, but it's also called a water catch, not much else shrimp. So what we're going to do is put the pot back in the water for about 36 hours. We'll come back and check it again.
Like I can pull it. Okay. Do that? No, I'm like,
We're going to check our second pot, and let's make sure it's not a water catch, it's a shrimp catch. Come on, Rick, let's bring him in.
try again.
Come on, shrimp, do your thing.
Time to see who's coming to dinner, folks.
Oh, there's some nice ones in there.
More?
Look at those. Those are beauties. Oh, I see the stripes on the gill.
Yeah.
But no eggs on.
Full meal.
Here's the spot on their tail we talked about. And here's the stripes. We're going to have these guys over for dinner. This is our dinner. We've got a few of his friends from an earlier pot that we picked up. These are nice size. And we're going to cook them up and we're going to have them for dinner. And you guys get to share it.
Welcome back, folks. Rick has toured this beautiful neighborhood and handed out invites to a sumptuous feast, so let's get this dinner party started.
We're on the boardwalk in Pelican, Alaska. We're going to use some really fresh ingredients, some really fresh prawns, and we're going to do baked feta prawns, but we're going to bake them on the barbecue. We start out with some plum tomatoes that have been seeded and chopped in small pieces. We're going to add some feta cheese. Now this is a Greek dish, hence the cheese. Some olive oil, about 1/3 of a cup. About 1/3 of a cup of fresh lemon juice. Really nice. Some thyme. This is about a tablespoon of thyme. We're going to add a little pepper. And then we're going to add some garlic cloves. These are 3 garlic cloves we've chopped sort of in large cloves, in large chunks. I'm going to add that. Now we're going to stir this up. I want to stir it nicely because these are beautiful prawns. We're going to add a bunch of these prawns, which we pulled out of the shrimp pot just this afternoon. We're going to mix these up real well with the feta cheese and the tomatoes. And then we're going to, again, stir it up. We're going to cook this very quickly. It'll take about 5 minutes. These look beautiful. Man, I can smell them already, and they haven't even gone on the barbecue. Now we're going to take this and pour it in a saucepan. Watch this. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? I'm going to put it on the barbecue and let it bake, for probably about 5 minutes. We don't want to overcook it. Oh, these are beautiful. Put the tomatoes and the feta on top. This is a Greek dish. Now we're going to arrange these. We'll put them on the barbecue. About 5 minutes, they'll be done. We've been here in Pelican for a couple of days. We've been out fishing in the beautiful waters. We've stayed at this beautiful Highliner Lodge. And now Jill Daniels and I are going to taste your prawns. What do you think of that?
Looks fabulous.
Pelican prawns with feta cheese. Now, I put some on a plate. I like to serve them with the shells on. It makes it a little more fun to eat, a little messy, but a little more fun. The feta cheese and the tomatoes are on top, but I've gone ahead and taken the shell off one for you so you can taste it. Hope you enjoy.
Perfect.
Perfect? Oh, I love that. Perfect. I love being a perfect cook. Here we go. Feta cheese with plum tomatoes and a little red wine.
Well, friends, we all know how much old Rick likes a challenge, and that gorgeous prawn feast came a mite too easy for our hero's taste, as refined as those tastes might be. So Rick set out to find something a tad larger than pelican shrimp.
We're going by Mirror Lake. Lots of deer tracks, lots of sounds of birds, no bear. So the search continues.
Just remember, Rick may be smarter than your average bear, but I hope he ain't aiming to catch himself a bear with that fishing pole he's got there.
The only evidence we found so far is some bear scat. The bears are here in the woods.
If this fella knows where the bears are at, he ain't saying.
Beautiful forest. Man, just unbelievable. Well, our first bear hunt seems to have failed, but we've had a beautiful, beautiful experience riding along the water at high speed with a sunset behind us. We saw one little bear cub. We didn't get close enough to get a picture, so we're going to just head back to Pelican and see if we can get anything on the way back. If we can, we'll be in here.
Those bears must have known Rick was a-comin' and decided to go into hibernation early this year. Oh well.
It's 10:15 at night, believe it or not, and we're still out looking for bears, but we think they're probably in their dens or visiting with Miss Goldilocks. Anywhere they're not out here. So we'll keep trying. Today we're going to cook up a bear stew using our little Camp Chef portable stove. We're right here in one of the most beautiful spots at Pelican, although it's all beautiful. We have some lovely bear loin chops that we're going to use. Now when you're cutting bear, you need to cut off the fat because the fat can turn bitter and rancid and you don't want that. So you cut off most of the fat, discard it. There's really nothing you can do with it. This stew doesn't have a lot of meat in it, but the meat it has in it is very rich in flavor. We're going to cook this for about 2.5 hours. First we're going to brown up the meat, then we're going to cook it about 2.5 hours. Then we're going to add some vegetables, and I'll show you what we're adding. And here again, you could be as creative as you want to be with this. Again, this is not a ton of meat in this, but the meat that's in it is absolutely rich and delicious. There's a lot of bone you got to work over. It's almost like a Boston butt or a pork loin. We've got a knuckle-shaped bone. Now we have some bacon grease here that we've rendered out, and that's what we're going to cook it in because it gives a little extra flavor. We're going to put the bear in the frying pan and brown it up. And this will brown pretty quickly. We got a little salt and pepper. Just a little bit, just a little flavor. We're going to add a lot of other spices later, but right now just the salt and pepper. In our pot, we're getting our pot ready here. We're going to put some red wine. And we're going to add the chicken stock once the meat is in there. We're going to serve this up with some roasted potatoes. We're going to serve this up with some barbecued cabbage. We slice a cabbage in half, we put olive oil on it, we grill it on both sides, and serve it with butter and salt and pepper. It's fantastic. As you can see, this is browned up pretty quickly. This is about ready to pour into the pan. It's strange on Chichikov Island here. They tell us there are more bears here per capita than anywhere in the world. I guess they got the word that we were coming because we've had a tough time finding them. Go ahead and put it in the pot. It's all nicely browned. Let's put it in here. Now we're going to show you the vegetables. In 2.5 hours, when the meat is ready and nice and tender, we're going to add these vegetables. It takes a long process to cook the bear, but it's worth it. So we're going to add some fresh mushrooms, some green pepper, some chopped onion, celery, some potatoes, any kind of potato. I like the little new potatoes, some leeks, and of course some garlic. But you know what? You can add any vegetable you like. We'll also add some tomato sauce, and we'll add some beef broth, and you'll have one incredible bear stew. There's bear around the corner. We're finally gonna get some pictures. Bear.
Uh-oh. Rick's got that look in his eye.
There's bear. There's bear. We finally got it. We're out here in my favorite place in all of Pelican, right on the dock, with all these beautiful mountains and inlet behind us. And we're here with Cindy Merrigan, the housekeeper, cook, bottle washer, construction supervisor, you name it, she's going to get to taste the bear stew. Have you ever had bear before?
I never have. I'm excited to try it.
Well, why don't you dig in there, get a little piece of bear, and give it a shot.
Oh, it's delicious. It's very, very good.
Not chewy,
It's tender.
really tender.
I thought I would have to be chewing it, but it is very, very delicious.
Really tender. We finally got a bear, only it happens to be in the stew bowl. But what the heck, it was great. It was great flavor. We enjoyed looking for the bear, and we'll find them some other day.
Later that day,
There's a bear right there on the shore. We've been up for 3 days. We finally got one. Look at him. He's blondie. He's a blondie. He's going through that rock. Oh, look at this. He turned and looked at me. He's hiding behind a rock, but he leaned out to look at me. He's gone, right back into the bush. Yes! We got a bear!